Hey, what's going on guys? It's Cynical and welcome back to another video. Today for you guys, I wanted to feature an upcoming hack and slash indie game known as GENOKIDS. I've been following this project for quite some time now. It's been in development for the past 2 years. It's been developed by only 2 people over in Spain, which I think is super inspiring, very impressive, and I just kind of feel like this project needs a little bit more exposure, especially considering that I feel like you guys will definitely take some interest into this. If you are into hack and slash games for a start, that's great, but it does take inspiration from Kingdom Hearts and Devil May Cry. Before we get into today's video though, a quick message from today's sponsor. I'm assuming that you're a gamer and that you probably use the Ultranet. Well, if that's the case, why aren't you using Opera GX? It's a browser that's dedicated to you, my fellow gamer, designed to keep your PC in tip-top shape with low CPU and RAM usage, allowing you to allocate just how much wizard power you want it to use. Seriously, this is like the main reason why I switched over to Opera GX 6 months ago. It's also an ultra handy network limiter for if you want more of your internet usage to go to a game or streaming something rather than the internet browser. Opera GX also comes with a ton of neat features like customization, being able to choose between different themes, wallpapers, and color schemes. You can access the GX player on the sidebar here to access your favorite music and podcast streaming services like Apple Music, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube Music, and more without the need of an additional tab. Go you, man, that's pretty impressive. Integrated social media channels to quickly access that social juice. A free VPN service? What? Keep up to date with all of the upcoming games. This one's handy dandy. And don't worry, all of your Google Chrome extensions will work here too. Opera also has a mobile app to allow you to seamlessly sync all of your browser goodness between devices. I honestly haven't looked back, and so should you. Make the change. Hit the link in the description down below to download now, or you can scan the QR code on screen to download the mobile app. So GENOKIDS is a hack and slash, and it's very apparent through playing the demo, which is publicly available to everyone right now, that it definitely does have that Devil May Cry Kingdom Hearts DNA infused into it. I think it's very impressive that only 2 dudes here have managed to make a very what feels like smooth and competent hack and slash combat system. That Kingdom Hearts lock-on system is here with the auto lock-on, then of course you can directly focus on the target that you want to deal damage to. You then have the health bar of the enemy that you're locked on to up the top of the screen. We've also got that classic Kingdom Hearts dodge roll going on, and even an aerial dodge which seems very reminiscent of Sora's aerial dodge in Kingdom Hearts 2. You've got the classic Kingdom Hearts aerial recovery. You've got that upper slash technique to swipe an enemy up into the air to then perform an aerial combo in similar fashion to something you would find from Devil May Cry. The demo doesn't really provide too much other than being able to try out 2 characters and go through a few waves of enemies, but from what was on offer, because this was just simply a simple combat test, it's very apparent that these 2 guys know exactly what they're doing, and there is certainly some big potential here. GENOKIDS is going to center around a band group known as GENOKIDS. The members, known as Red, Blue, Green, and Yellow, are faced against an alien invasion, and it's up to them to take care of these interesting looking alien type creatures. So in the game you'll be able to play as any of the 4 characters, and it does look like they actually do plan on being able to switch between all 4 characters on the fly, which each individually do have their own movesets and special abilities to utilize. In the demo you're only able to play as Blue and Red. Red in the demo is still a work in progress, but it gives you a basic idea as to how these systems work. Blue is the sword user with quick sword combos, and Red is the heavy-hitting fist user. Down the bottom right hand of the screen we've got a blue gauge, which is the character's special attack gauge. It's cut into 5 blocks, as each special attack will require a different amount of special gauge. Each character has 4 different special attacks you can utilize, and I can't imagine that for the full version, because you're able to switch between all 4 characters on the fly, this is going to create definitely some crazy depth when it comes to switching in and out of a character just to use their special attack. Maybe it might be one that will flick the enemies up into the air, and then to quickly switch back to someone like Blue, who is fantastic for those aerial combos. Then we've also got the hype gauge, which is basically like a form gauge. Once this is maxed, you can press L1 on the controller, and the character will go into a special form, which looks really cool. It will increase all damage as well well as attack speed. There is also a parry system in this game, so if you do guard against an enemy's attack, you can quickly counter attack back for some nice damage. And a mechanic that I really like in this game is if you jump and then jump again, you'll quickly zip over to the enemy that you're currently locked onto. This makes it very easy and quite smooth feeling to attack enemies that are either still in air or of course far away. The juggling system of this game is something that I could see being quite a lot of fun, like just keeping enemies up in the air by using all of these different mechanics, knowing each of the characters' special attacks. And of course, because Devil May Cry is one source of inspiration for this project, yes, there is a style meter. So as you're dealing more damage, doing heaps of attacks, mixing and matching different abilities, no doubt I would also say that switching between different characters and doing all kinds of different cool combos will help keep that style meter up. I also love the art style of this game as well. That cartoon, cel-shaded aesthetic is really cool, and it's something that we don't see overly too much nowadays. Back in that kind of PlayStation 2 era, we used to see a lot of games come out looking like this, and it kind of seems like a thing of the past. It was great to see something like Hi-Fi Rush that came out recently that takes on that OG type cel-shaded cartoon style. So it's cool to see that here. It definitely reminds me of like The World Ends With You though. I'm getting that kind of vibe with like the characters and the art pieces that we've seen from this game so far. Also, for whatever reason, the moon in one area of this game looks basically like a massive Emil head, so you can definitely tell that there is Square Enix inspiration infused into this project. While the demo is just a basic arena type setup, when we're looking at like full-on levels for this game, which it definitely does look like there's some variety when it comes to the level design of this, there will be exploration and different platforming segments that you'll have to go through. For instance, this clip right here shows us wall running to get from one platform up to another. So yeah, there will be actual like traversal throughout each of the stages. I would say think of each level layout as something like how Devil May Cry deals with its level layouts. I would say if anything, levels will probably be laid out similar to a DMC game. There's also going to be voice acting throughout this as well, which obviously just adds to that whole immersion factor of the narrative. Right now, Blue, Red, and another character known as Candy currently do have voice actors, and there is going to be a Kickstarter to help further fund this project, and that if that is successful when that drops this year, more voice acting will be added throughout the game. So that right there, guys, gives you a basic idea as to what GENOKIDS is about. You can tell there's a lot of heart and soul that's gone into this from only 2 people. I think it's super impressive. As I was saying, there is going to be a Kickstarter later on this year just to help further fund this project. I believe that if the Kickstarter isn't successful, because they did actually run one in the past, they'll just continue to obviously make progress on the game with an eventual release. It's just basically side funding to help make that progress go further. I'll leave the overall website link as well as the Twitter account link in the description down below to the project if this is something that you guys want to keep up to date with. Also, like I was saying, there is a public demo available too, so why not try it out for yourselves? However guys, I'm Cynical, hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.